Everyone experiences the emotion of anger. Each of us handles it in a different way. It has the potential to explode right away. It could come off as being passive-aggressive. Another possibility is that no one will ever be able to detect the boiling fury. Anyone has the capacity for uncontrolled, destructive rage. Anyone is capable of controlling their anger in a healthy way. It depends on the person's level of maturity. Let's see how the signs of the zodiac behave when they are angry. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Aries. The typical explosive rage type is an Aries. As soon as they are pushed too far, they will attempt the knockout. When they have cautioned others to quit stepping beyond their bounds, Aries has a strong sense of fairness. Aries won't think twice to call them out if they don't stop after being warned. Contrary to what many people think, Aries is not always enraged. They sometimes take longer than anticipated to erupt. Yes, they can become frustrated, which others may mistake for anger. But actual wrath in Aries will be clear. They have the capacity to turn violent when they've had enough. Physically or in ways that, the majority of the time, are irreparable to their relationships with others. Taurus. When angry, Taurus is reputed to be explosive. Also, for holding in their fury for absurdly long periods of time. Because they said the wrong thing at the wrong moment, it might be used against targets who don't deserve it. Taurus has a very high threshold for rage. They don't think it's a useful emotion, and they'd prefer not to feel it. They believe it to be a harmful emotion. It neither resolves the issue nor explains the source of the emotion to others. However, when Taurus does finally explode, they will attack their target with all of the wrath they have been holding back. One individual may be the recipient of weeks, months, or even years' worth of rage. When everything is over, Taurus will feel miserable. Justice was done unless the person didn't deserve it. Gemini. Gemini will prevail in a verbal duel against people who irritate them. Gemini can use their quick wit and silver tongue into weapons when they're enraged. And it works incredibly well. Be prepared to listen to Gemini vent if they are upset with someone else. Gemini is quite good at expressing their frustrations verbally. Allowing them to express themselves will help them discover the source of their rage, even though it might take some time. Fortunately, Gemini may release their rage after talking it out. Gemini doesn't like to harbor resentments. Once they've expressed their feelings, they will either make amends with the person who caused their ire or leave. Cancer. Cancers are often very adept at disguising their rage. They exhibit extreme passive aggression. As a sign that alternates between being hot and chilly, Cancer can be both of those extremes at once. They can conceal it so effectively that you wouldn't even notice, or they could come at you with a hail of accusations. A Cancer who is in good health can control their fiery side of fury. But if pushed past their limits, they are still capable of it. Cancer is prone to taking things personally, and their rage protects their hurt. Compared to pain, being enraged seems far more powerful. Like their emblem, the crab, they also withdraw into their shells when they are harmed and snap their pinchers at the source of their suffering. Leo. When Leo is upset, they merely want to hurt their victim. Leo is quite immature in their fury expression. They are shouting at you even if they don't intend it. Leo becomes emotional and noisy. Almost any reality television program offers an excellent illustration of Leo's rage. There is always a major dispute about something. It leads to shaming, showmanship, and ultimately someone leaving. The person on the receiving end of that rage may feel offended and be perplexed as to why Leo is being so harsh. Leo uses his rage as a means of defense. They would rather be irate than exposed. Virgo. Conflict irritates Virgo. They still get angry, though, just like everyone else does. When irritated, Virgo chooses to be passive-aggressive. They will make comments that can be taken in a number of different ways and find tiny methods to belittle others. Due to their tendency to express their fury improperly, Virgo often harbors grudges. Therefore, instead of being released, that rage is kept inside until something ultimately snaps. Virgo would rather continue acting passively aggressively until they pass away. But there is ultimately something that they can't bear ignoring any longer. At that point, they present the jury with the receipts, the facts, and the legal defense. Libra. Anger in a Libra is silent. Another sign's default response to anger is to be passive-aggressive. In a manner specific to them, Libra will stonewall others by giving them the silent treatment. When they are really enraged, they will leave the scene. A healthy Libra may be able to resolve their differences through conversation with the offending party. If they think the other person is able to comprehend why Libra is irrational. They want to know that their outrage actually has a chance to be heard and that changes will be implemented. Libra will simply disregard them if they don't believe the other person will pay attention or comprehend them. Scorpio. Scorpio displays their wrath through physical language. The self-assured Scorpio will show no signs of anger. However, their body language will reveal something different. They will eventually detonate if the warnings are disregarded. When angry, a Scorpio is more than capable of destroying another individual. When they are angry at loved ones, in particular, it makes them watchful of their behavior. Sagittarius. Sagittarius takes some time to become enraged. It can be stunning when they ultimately lose it because they tend to be individuals who go with the flow. Sagittarius speakers are renowned for being forthright. This also applies to their rage. Sagittarius is adept at giving you harsh truths that will hurt. Terribly hurt. Sagittarius will not hold back once they have made the decision to cease being polite. Sagittarius is a fire sign, but unlike their fire sign sibling Leo, they are an air sign. Additionally, everything is true. These are uncontested facts. When a Sagittarius is furious, be careful. Capricorn. When Capricorns are upset, they develop a God complex. They start to act more commanding, possibly driving others insane by micromanaging them. Capricorn won't have any positive things to say. All of it will consist of jabs and criticism. When they are angry, those born under this sign are among the most dangerous. The vengeful Capricorn is unconcerned with the rightness of the target of their rage. They damaged Capricorn's reputation, and now they must pay. Capricorns are also quite good at getting their just desserts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Aquarius. Being a relatively tolerant sign, Aquarius is quite difficult to enrage. When they are ultimately pushed too far, Aquarius is prone to be cutting with their comments. Usually, they will seek refuge in solitude to calm down. As simply put, they won't return your calls or texts. The vitality of Aquarius needs to be safeguarded. Aquarius has determined that whoever pushed them to this point isn't worth being around. Instead of fighting or spending time with idiots, they would prefer to spend their time and energy elsewhere. Pisces. Pisces tends to act destructively when they're upset. Pisces internalizes their rage in an unpleasant, passive-aggressive manner. They frequently suffer more harm as a result than anyone else. They might still react violently, though. This will manifest as an emotional outburst in which they attack the other person with anything unpleasant they can think of. Pisces wants them to endure the same suffering that they did. Even if most of the anguish is caused by oneself. Pisces must learn how to control their rage so that it doesn't lead to further harm.